Let's consolidate what we've learned in this section by performing a little exercise that combines declaring variables with assigning them values with our Hello World program that we've seen earlier. So first of all, go ahead and get code blocks started. Create a new project. This will be a console application, as usual. Select C++. I'm going to call this exercise 4 because this is the 4th section, and this is the exercise for that section. You can call yours whatever you like. Pick the new GCC compiler. Move over here to the management window. Expand sources and double-click on main CPP. Okay, so here we have our Hello World program. We can keep part of that and just make some changes. So what I want to do first is put a line before the cout statement. So I hit enter on the cout that brought it down a line. And what we're going to do is we're going to personalize the Hello World program by having it say hello to a particular person. In this case, I'm going to use my name, and you could be using your name for this or any other name that you want. So let's start out by just having it say hello to me using my first name. So the first thing we want to do is create a variable to store my first name. So we write string first name semicolon. Hit enter. And let's assign my name to that variable. Okay. Now to have it say hello to me using the first name variable, we need to get rid of world out of the string, add a put_to operator, and put the variable name in place of world. So now it should say hello Michael, since the value of first name is Michael. So let's build and run that program, see what we get. And sure enough, it says hello Michael. So that worked just fine. Now let's add some more data to that, and let's add my middle name and my last name. So here we get a chance to declare two variables on the same line. So we write string middle name, comma, space, last name. The space isn't necessary, but again, one of the things I always try to do is make my programs as readable as possible. So putting the space there just makes the program easier to read. Now let's assign data to middle name. Add in my last name. Then we want to say hello to me using my full name. So we're going to write hello. First name with the put_to operator. Now, we want to combine all three variables to get my full name, and we can do that very easily with the put_to operator, but the problem is we need to put a space between each part of the name or it will all run together. So we still need the put_to operator, but before we add another variable to the cout statement, we need to add a space. So we do that by writing an open quote, followed by a space and a close quote. Then let's drop down to the next line to continue, and here we'll put middle name, followed by a space, followed by last name, and then indel. And that should be all we need to display my name. So at this point, let's build and run the program. And we have hello Michael, it's our first part, and then hello Michael Mason McMillan. So the program worked just fine. A statement in C++ can take more than one line. The compiler ignores white space anywhere that it finds it, at the end of a line, in the middle of a line, any place. So we can make our programs a little bit easier to read by breaking them up into multiple lines, like so. And we'll still get the same result. I won't run it now, but we'll do it again in a minute and you'll see. Now, let's add a little more variety to our data, and let's put an integer variable in, and we'll enter an age. So we type int age equals 53. That demonstrates how to declare a variable and assign it data on the same line. Now something else I'd like to do is it gets kind of hard to write out first name, middle name, and last name in a long cout statement like we have. So what I'd like to do is combine those three variables into one value. And I can do that by creating a new variable called full name and assign it the value of the first name with a space, which I concatenate using the plus operator. With strings is concatenation, which just means gluing strings together, plus the middle name, plus the last name. Okay? Now the value of full name will be Michael space Mason space McMillan, which will make it easy to print that out. So let's write another hello. And let's make a reference to my age. So see how you can put variables inside of strings using the put to operator. We could have also used the plus operator with concatenation and do that as well. But this works just fine. Let's build and run that and see what we get. Okay, I see a couple little mistakes there, but we'll fix them in the next print. I left out an S in years. And I left out a period right there. No problem. Again, it's probably good for you to see how to fix little mistakes like those. Those were not syntactical errors, they were just little logical errors that I made. Finally, let's add a little thing telling me how I'm going to be next year, like I really need to know that. So we'll put this, next year you will be, on one line. Let's delete the string right here. And let's put a little expression, a little arithmetic expression in to demonstrate how you can use math, arithmetic, inside cout statements. All right? So let's build and run. Okay. Now you've seen how to declare variables, assign values to the variables, display those variables, modify the values of the variables, and put arithmetic expressions inside cout. That probably covers everything that you need to know for now about using variables. In the next section, we'll begin talking about input and output.